Hey, hello. How's everything going? How's everybody doing? This is Keb the Castle DJ coming back at you once again. Organize this stuff here. This is day 10 of the 30-day challenge, the 30-day video challenge. I'm going with my Lifestyle Academy video challenge. They're kind of the ones hosting it, or whatever you want to call it. And we're going into another installment, another episode, kind of going to expand a little bit on the theme of yesterday. I was going to go into the group economics program, one of them that I have, but I'll just wait until after tomorrow once I do the whole thing, and then I can expand on it in different examples, different ways. So yesterday we were kind of talking a little bit about, if you've been keeping up, maybe you haven't, about 10-Man Tuesday. I forget what it was. I got so many projects and things. And 10-Man Tuesday, I don't know if I mentioned, I probably mentioned it casually. But two of the major, I guess you can say programs or projects going on with the 10-Man Tuesday, which a brief explanation of that is we're getting 10 people each week. 10 brand new people each week to go through like a little 10-day challenge of their own, a little 10-day mini challenge of their own. And it's 10 days to cash flow, which is TDCF, which is like a little introductory trial testing thing of the Po Folks Network, which is more intensive. It is more kind of like 10 days to cash flow is kind of like the beginner's level. When you get to PFN, you're kind of in the intermediate level. And then you go advanced as you go further into that, because that's like 30, 60, 90 days. It's really 90 days when you go to the full PFN program, sort of classroom, style based, whatever you want to call it, online classroom, whatever. And that's what the 10-Man Tuesdays are about. So it's kind of an extension of the 10-Man Tuesdays, because it goes into a certain corner of what the whole 10 days to cash flow is about. 10-Man Tuesdays and all of that is one of the little programs we have, a couple of them, I guess you could say, called the Cash Flow Dream Builders, which is actually just the team name. That's just a name. Cash Flow Dream Builders is like the name of our little team. So we kind of make it a family, community, group, team effort type of focus. With multiple people rallying around a common cause, and it's just a marketing economic cause. Making money, cash, income, small business, home-based business, or what have you, affiliate marketing, network marketing, e-commerce, whatever, or offline or online, and that's a 10-Man Tuesday thing. So today I'm focusing on the list building aspect of that, which some of you may have heard quite a bit of that. Some of you may not be familiar with that at all. Either way, it doesn't matter if you're experienced or inexperienced, brand new, or what have you. There's a place for everybody, for those who are professionally with years experience, and those who barely can work a computer or cell phone. But anyway, we're talking about the simple success list building system. And I'm going to kind of go into list building, what that is, what that means, starting from scratch, and then build on up from there. List building, we're talking about email. List building an email database, an email database for our customers, for marketing, for home business, for, small business, for whatever your income goal or whatever happens to be, or whatever, kind of for business purposes, not necessarily just entertainment or social or whatever you want to call that. But let's go into list building. I got some notes here on my Evernote. I think I'm going to go to a couple of them. Depends. I may get to the other one, or I may just stick with this one. Whatever. The goal will be to try to get to a couple of entries. And I guess I can put those links up and a couple other links that may be, applicable or relative or relatable. So what really is list building at its core, conceptually? What is that concept of building a list? Well, that's a popular word, it's a popular phrase, it's a popular term, and it's very accurate. But the way we do it, I'm doing it cash flow hustle style, CFH style. We're going to ask that question again and dig a little deeper into that concept. What really is list building? Well, list building is building a network, building a community, building a database of people, of listeners. If you get, if you have audio program or whatever, subscribers, clients, customers, readers, viewers, members, audience members, crowd members, target market demographic. It's your in-house grouping of that. Of course, it can be offline or online. Doesn't matter. It could be a mailing list, direct mail, whatever. Text message list or whatever. And we touched on yesterday the 3 types of marketing. Hey, how's it going, Sherry? Just going into a little bit of the 10th episode or whatever. Day, what they want to call it, of the 30-day challenge, talking about list building and what that really is, just on the marketing side and business side or whatever. Well, one of the little things that I have, cash flow dream builders, which yesterday was one of my little programs, whatever you want to call it. How's it going? Excellent. Doing good. Trying to, wrap it up tonight or whatever. We made it to day 10, so we're coming along. We're doing a little something. But, yes, we're talking about cash flow list building from the cash flow dream builders, which is kind of like the little team name. It's like the little community group name or whatever. And, cash flow list builders is like a little, it's another little offshoot. I guess you could say program, project, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's more of a program, cash flow list builders, of how we dive into the actual science and concept of list building, because it's a core fundamental concept. And we talk about what is list building. Yesterday, I mentioned the Triple C marketing system. That's kind of a little thing that, that I have, Triple C marketing system. Quick explanation of that. There's 3 types of marketing. There may be others, but there's 3 major types of marketing that all businesses pretty much do. I guess they've been doing it since the beginning of time, I guess. The Triple C, which I call it, the Triple C's in no specific order. It's content, conversations, and constant conversations and content. A set airing time is usually earlier than this. It's usually try to be like about 8 p.m. But I had other stuff going. I had to get this together, but I had something else I was going to do, so I wanted to go back to this. I'm trying to get the campaign going for some classrooms, because there's going to be some classrooms that are going to be starting. I want to start them next week, but it's probably going to be the week after, because I start them each Monday. That's what 10 Man Tuesday is about. So I'll be promoting the classes, which is like some teaching classes. And they start each Monday, and we just take 10 people or more, but at least 10. And we just go through some basic marketing classes, some basic training classes or whatever. Yeah. I have to get more of a, what do you call it? Basically more of a set time. Yeah, basically more of a set time. So maybe one, because I kind of already have one. I just have to go back to the actual time itself, because this is going to change once I get into the sort of like the permanent time slots, because I have permanent time slots. I pretty much have it for like 7 days, and there's different subjects and themes on each day. The Mondays is like motivational Mondays. Tuesdays are 10 Man Tuesdays. Wednesdays are wealth building Wednesdays. Thursdays are small business Thursdays, or group economic Thursdays. Friday, the weekends is not quite as business related. So Fridays are, what is Fridays? Oh, Fridays is a freestyle flavor Friday. It's kind of a little bit more entertainment related. It's basically a radio show format, but it's other media platforms as part. I call it the Cash Flow Hustles Media Content Network. Cash Flow Hustles Media Content Network, which is MCN. That's it's basically it's headquartered from the blog and radio show. That's what it's headquartered from. Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate the support, because definitely trying to get this going. And if I don't get it going by the class is going by next week, definitely that following Monday. And just each week, just bam, 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 just getting it going. I'm on the other projects, but those like the core foundation. Put it this way, what do they call that? Flagship. The core flagship projects and programs and stuff. And there's a lot of other little offshoots, but the main flagships is the radio show and the blog, And this video thing is sort of like an addition to what the radio show and the blog. So what I was going to kind of do it temporarily, but I'm probably just going to keep it going and, and just have the radio show and the video and then keep the blog, and everything else supports that. But it's mainly a radio show. It's Cashflow Hustles Radio. That's basically where it stems from. It's Cashflow Hustles Radio. And yesterday I kind of went a little in depth into different facets of the Cashflow Hustles world. Different, I guess you want to call it incarnations, or different, I don't know what you want to call it. Different things that we do within it, within Cashflow Hustle. Different stuff that I do. But the flagship is the radio show and the blog. And it's basically entrepreneurial, self-development, small business, primarily. A little bit of entertainment thrown in here and there, a little bit of other things. Like I was saying, Fridays is Freestyle Flavor Fridays. Saturdays are is more the musical. Like I said, the weekends are more entertainment. Is the musical thing that I get into, the DJ thing I get into, because that's going to be one of my group economics projects. Are the events. Two types of events: the seminar events and the music festival events, the DJ festival events. So those are two events, and the goal is to have a few of them each year, at least one of the music events each year, and at least about 3 to 4 of the seminar events. And the seminar events are motivational, small business, and investment, financial. So the 3 cornerstones. You got the personal development. You have the small business development, and then you have the financial development, which is like investments and stuff like that. So that's what the seminars will be based on. So that's kind of part of the world. There's a lot of little bitty programs, but those are the flagships. So I definitely want to get the little introductory thing. The little 10 days to cash flow is like a little introductory thing. It's just a little cute. It's not much. It's real small. It's simple stuff. Simple to do, easy to do. Anybody can do it. It's free, whatever. And you build up from there. Build up from there. Build up to, if a person wants to continue going, if they're satisfied with everything after that, after the 10 days, it's just like 10 days or 2 weeks, 14 days or whatever, then they can go on to something more, which is more of a 30, 60, 90 day thing. It's a little bit more serious, more intermediate student. And that's Po Folks Network. The Po Folks Network is like a 30, 60 to 90 days, actually really a 90 day, marketing program, training program, small business, group economics, all of this stuff within that 90-day period. That's if you want to get more serious and you want to keep going. And that 10-day taste you get was pretty decent, so you want to do a little something. So, and it's all based around the radio show. So I had got into a little bit in depth on it yesterday, a little bit, just on some of the, not really in depth, but just kind of hitting on, some of our basic core concepts we get into and all that type of stuff, and some of our little programs that we have. We got about 7 or 8 different little programs in there. And 10 Man Tuesdays is like a little marketing thing, a little promotional thing that we do. So in addition to the 10 Man Tuesdays thing is what I'm talking about here, which is the list building thing. I got something called Cashflow List Builders, cashflowlistbuilders.com. That's for doing the whole list building thing, which gets you a little deep. And then Cashflow Dream Builders is more just a team name. Some of it's kind of hokey, but it keeps with the cash flow theme. Because I'm the cash flow DJ, Cashflow Hustles, and it kind of keeps with that cash flow theme a little bit. But, actually they're more so concepts, because there's not really a product or a program per se that's an external program. It's an in-house program. But the vendors that I use and the sponsors that I use can rotate, because whoever's, in other words, they just become products. It's like a store. It's like a shop. If I got a shop or a store, I got annihilators here. I got donuts over there. I got some beer in the back. I got some potato chips over there. Those are just some of the little products and vendors that I deal with. But it's my actual business, my actual incarnation. But I have vendors that are supplying products and all this type of stuff. I get commissions or whatever, or whoever sells get commissions and all this type of stuff. So I really not necessarily have to stay loyal or faithful or committed to any one product or program, because, if one doesn't work, I just throw that out and get another one and just keep on pushing. Because when it comes to branding, you kind of mainly just brand yourself or brand your company or brand your team. And that way your vendors come and go, for the way I'm doing it. I mean, there's other ways you can do it, other different business models out there. This is just one business model. And this particular model works pretty well for quite a while. It's worked for quite a few people for quite a while. It works, and it's a lot more independence, freedom with it, whatever you want to call it. And that depends on what you're doing, because with the group economics, it's a whole lot of stuff with that. People can do that. With this particular thing, it's the products I'm promoting. It depends if they're small, if they're entry level, if they're big ticket behind, back end products. The entry level products is just basically like affiliate products. Are like they're small introductory affiliate products. One of them is like a credit building thing. We have a little program called Cash Flow Credit Builders. And Cash Flow Credit Builders, we help the people do some credit building, but we don't sell them, our own credit products. We have vendors for that. We got suppliers, sponsors, and vendors that do that. They do all the fulfillment, customer service complaints, whatever, blah, 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 blah. We just, it's more a focus on us as a group, and we're there with you as a group. But the products, for the most part, there's a few that we actually do. Like the seminar thing is actually in-house. That's not even out there. No, as far as I know, there's nobody that's really doing that at all. So it doesn't, nobody's doing it. So it's kind of a hole. It's a need there that nobody's filling. So they're doing a lot of stuff similar to that. They're doing like books and stuff and courses and all this type of stuff. And the people that have done it, and I did not like the way they did it. I like their idea, but I didn't like the way they did it. I had got the idea from, the vendors. And if there's a problem with a vendor, they can be interchanged. So we're not committed, or we're not committed to the vendors. It's just like if you have a little grocery store. If I'm selling Hostess cupcakes and I got Little Debbie's cakes, I'm selling Hostess and Little Debbie's. And, I try not to sell inferior products or products that are, this is part of one of your business principles, your marketing principles. You have to focus on customer service, giving them a quality product, quality service, and, just regardless of what that product is or whatever. You want it to be something that's going to be of some value to them. So like I said, there are several of them. The couple that I name are just introductory. There's several of them. Plus, I also like to offer choices and options, because different people like different things. Different target markets like to get into different types of products. They promote different things. So they want to choose. For example, some people prefer affiliate marketing over network marketing, MLM, and others prefer e-commerce, which are all three of those are like three different business models, three different, on all three of those, you can get low entry. You can get low entry level type stuff, and you can get big type stuff too. But there are three different types of business model. And combining that with group economics, with the group economics thing, we got something called cash flow, the cash flow pipeline system. And the cash flow pipeline system is basically, it's a sort of a long, I won't say it's long, but it's sort of like a pipeline of different products and services that people can use, that they can use strictly for the goal of fundraising. That's where it's connected to. See, there's a lot to it. This goes is kind of is everything is intertwined and connected. It's all intertwined and connected, because the group economics thing is connected to all of this, and the group economics thing is, hey, how's it going, Sarah? We're on day 10. We're going at it. The group economics thing is wide open. It's a wide open platform, that nobody's kind of really doing. It's similar to crowdfunding, but it's open enough where people can choose different products to use as fundraising vehicles. Just like selling cookies, when your kids sell cookies, or they sell flower seeds and stuff, or whatever, basketball tickets, whatever they do. And they're doing that to raise funds to go on a field trip or whatever, that they want to do or whatever. This kind of takes that concept, and it gives you a choice Plus, it also pays you or rewards you if you want to market that. If a person wants to sell or market that. And if they don't, they have the option of just supporting it in general. You can support it as just a donor or a customer or a client or whatever it is, depending on what project, group economics project, that the person wants to crowdfund for, or that they want to fundraise. So all of this stuff is interconnected and intertwined together, different levels, different options, different things like that. The main thing behind it is the platform. Rather than focusing on one specific product or one specific company, it's more so focuses on the platform. That's what I was talking about yesterday. And the platform, what I mean by platform, well, it's kind of like with eBay or Google or Craigslist. With eBay, Google, or even Facebook. With eBay, Google, and Craigslist, they have platforms for a wide open world of thousands of different types of things. Products, eBay got thousands, millions of products. Google's got thousands of different stuff in there. You have it's a platform, so it's wide open for whatever the person wants to fundraise for or whatever they want to support. And it could be, you got a million examples, just like with GoFundMe and who was the other one? Kickstarter. Millions of examples of what you want to support. It could be a business, small business or whatever. You might want to put out a movie or whatever. Same thing with the GoFundMe. Or maybe you want to, support maybe a favorite star you have or entertainment. Or it could be charity. So, there's a lot to it or whatever. Like it's tied to that. Like I said, all of this stuff, everything's kind of linked together. It's kind of linked, it's kind of a spider web, but it's all linked together and it's interwoven in between, from one to the other. So, there's kind of a lot to it. It really is not that complicated. It depends on how deep a person wants to go. If they want to go deeper into it, it can become that. If they want to keep it simpler, then they don't have to get as deep and they can just keep it nice and simple for their purposes. It's a platform. It can be used for that. Hey, how's it going, Manny? Manny Rodriguez, big, what you call it? Big, My Lifestyle Academy in the house. A fellow 30-day challenger. We're going, we're steady going. Day 10, Manny, we're going. But yeah, we're talking about list building, with cash flow list builders and cash flow dream builders. And, list building is a concept that a lot of people have heard about or heard of. And some people may not really know exactly what all is to the whole list building thing or whatever. And like I said, list building, you just build a network, you build a community. Hey, what's up, Dewan? Thanks a lot. Welcome back. Oh, this Dewan, what? I didn't know who the Dewan is. This is Dewan, Cab Dewan. I'm just not realizing who you are because I saw you a couple of days ago and I didn't recognize you because you spell your name so crazy. Hey, what's up, man? I didn't know that's who that was. That's, from the cab. Cab drivers in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Cab drivers in the house. We cab drivers got to stick together. But, this is day 10. And we're talking about list building, building a network, building a community, building a database. People, listeners, subscribers, clients, customers, readers, viewers, members, crowd members, audience members, target market demographics, whatever they are, And we was talking about the Triple C marketing system yesterday, which is the 3 types of marketing: content marketing, classified marketing, and conversational marketing. Those are terms I get them. Those are kind of like the 3 main types of marketing that pretty much all businesses do. Pretty much. I mean, maybe a little bit others, but it's pretty much those 3 types. Just going down the list, classified marketing, which is like classified ads. That's just direct sales or direct marketing. That means the direct sales pitch. I got my vacuum cleaners. I got my whatever, my steak knives or whatever it is. I'm knocking on your door and I'm giving you a sales pitch. Hey, how you doing, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so? I got these steak knives here. I want to sell them, blah, blah, blah. That's basically a classified ad because it's sales copy and ad copy. And it's direct sales. It's direct marketing or both of those. Been around for ages. And it always works and it still is around today. There's a lot of different forms of classic, which is direct marketing, but I call it classified just as part of my Triple C. You have both of those concepts and platform, both of those. Both of those. That's what it's all about. You nailed it dead on the head. Both of those. But anyway, that's classified marketing. The other C is conversational marketing. Conversations is basically people marketing. People have emotional needs and relationships and all. It's basically just relationship marketing. It's old again. This stuff is old now. This stuff is not some brand new stuff they found out a few years ago, or some space age stuff that's out there that nobody's ever heard of. This is some traditional stuff. It really is not going anywhere. It's because it works. This is just how it works. This is the way it is. And conversations is relationship marketing, warm marketing, social media, referral marketing. I know somebody. Hey, I need my car fixed. I'm looking for a mechanic. Hey, I know a guy named John. He's a great mechanic. Oh, well, can you send, let me send John over there to you. Hey, I need a lawyer. Hey, my cousin's a lawyer. Hey, no ads necessary, no budget, no marketing budget, no ad budget. I'm just word of mouth referrals. That's conversation. That's the other part of the triple C. The third part of the triple C is content marketing. Content marketing, man, he knows about this stuff. This is basic stuff. This is economics 101, econ 101, small business 101, basics. Third C is content marketing. Content marketing is big on the internet, because content is king on the internet, because even with the search engines that we all go to, that's all based on content. The blogs, the YouTube, Facebook, whatever, wherever you go, there's content all over the place. You watch TV, that's content. 30 seconds, they throw in a little commercial or whatever. You listen to some music on the radio. If it's free, their sponsors are paying for that on the radio, or, because you're not paying for it. So the sponsors are paying for it. That's content marketing. Any type of reading a book, anything that you that you take up content on, that you consume as content. Now, if they're selling you a book, they don't need to put a commercial in there, even though they still do that, because they promote whatever else they have a lot of times with that. But you're buying that content. They're selling you content. Movie is selling you content that you buy at the video store, DVD, or you go to the theater, or you buy Lil Wayne's latest album, or whatever, or Jay-Z or whoever. That's content. So these are the three types of marketing: content marketing, conversational marketing, which is relationships, classified ads, which is direct sales. All three of those work. Some do one type or more or whatever, a combination. That's the triple C marketing system. It ain't new. It's pretty ancient. It ain't new, but it works. I mean, I don't care what the stuff is. Sometimes people just want something new. I mean, that's fine if you find a new way to do something, but you don't have to do stuff the same old way. But at its core, like when the internet came along, people didn't know what it was. Both. It's one is, the same thing. For profit and non-profit, they both do the same thing. And for group economics, it's your choice. You can do it for charity, or you can do it for small business. Your choice is wide open. It's a wide open platform. Now, we're talking about list building. When you're going back to the whole list building thing, list building really incorporates all three of those. All three of those. That's why list building is so powerful. That's why the focus is on list building, and why that's a powerful concept. Because all three types can be used within the platform of list building. And people don't realize how powerful. We just talking about email. Just plain old email marketing. You don't have to put on a stamp to give them out the mail and direct mail. Just plain old email marketing. Just plain old email communication, period. But email marketing specific is what we're talking about. And we don't just mean an email magazine. We just don't mean content. We just don't mean selling stuff. That's a little bit too limited. You can limit and restrict it to that, but it can be way big and way more powerful than that. And what it boils down to is building your own. You build your own database. You build, and not only just your database, but your own. That's a form of a platform. It's not a wide open platform, but for one individual in his market, it's a form of a platform he can have for his market. And what do I mean by that? Well, here's some examples of build your own. There's eBay out there. eBay has auctions and all of that, but a person can build their own eBay through email list, because the same thing they can sell on eBay, if they have a big enough market, they can do that with their email list. Cuts out eBay. Now, it may limit your exposure, but if you build up your, a sizable list, that you control. You can do what you do on eBay through your email list. Building your own Craigslist. What is Craigslist? That's like, placing ads or whatever, classified ads, selling whatever they sell, but do your own email list without Craigslist. Because see, all these big giant companies, they have their own big giant rules. They got their own little ins and outs and their own little, whatevers and all this type of stuff. Facebook has their little rule. Twitter, everybody has their own little, and that's fine. It's their thing. We're just on their platform because it's a huge platform. So we're just using their platform. But you can use it temporarily to build up your own, which would be your own eBay, your own Google, your own Craigslist, your own MLM company, your own affiliate marketing program, your own economy, all from this email list. Because since I get into concepts, when I get into concepts, I take a concept and get into that on a microscopic level. I get into it on the cellular level, deep into the concept, just as a discussion or consideration of that concept. And then go out and implement different portions or different applications of that particular concept. This is one concept, list building, if anybody's heard of it. Some people don't know what that is. But this is considering how powerful list building is. You can build your own store, which is kind of what we said about eBay. It's an online store, but it's your own store because you got your products there. You have your database of customers, like I said, building up your network, building up your community, building up your database, building up your platform. You can have your own store because you have the control of it right there through email, which in internet terms is kind of ancient, at least in internet years. Building your own office, building your own business, build your own shop, your own forum, your own blog, your own social networking community. We're talking about email lists. We're still talking about an email list. I've named about 7 or 8 things so far through an email list. If a person has recognized the power of it. Build your own radio show, your own radio station, your own video channel, your own magazine through email. Considering the power of email and the different applications of why that is such a powerful thing, because it takes you away from whoever the big company is, whoever whoever it is. Exactly. That's just one way. That's true. Your ultimate way is to sell products, ultimately. But, these different ways that you can do that through an email list by building up your own in-house database, your own social networking community, your own ads. I just named off like 12, 10, 11, 12 different things, all from an email list that it can be utilized for if you utilize it properly. So all of this stuff, this is just the beginning of what you can do with an email list. This is all part of what I also call building your own economy. That's one of my little catchphrases that I use, whatever, with our CFH stuff or CFH world. I call it CYOE. CYOE is create your own economy. And creating your own economy, we get deep into the aspects of the principles or the concept of what is an economy, what constitutes an economy. And you look at the different things going on with economy, primarily diversity and transactions going back and forth. Diversity and transactions going back and forth. So you can create that for yourself, starting with an email list. Now, you may have to start on a big platform, a big eBay, big whatever, big Facebook, big Google, YouTube, and all that type of stuff. Big boys, and then build up your own niche, your own little section, your own little database through list building. So that you can see that the word, because a lot of people who've been around for a while, they've heard this word plenty of times, but it kind of, I don't know how you call it. You kind of get, I won't say anesthetized to it. You kind of get you get so used to it until it just doesn't do anything. Well, right now I got to rebuild my list. I had about close to about, let me see, was it about 6,000 or 7,000, something like that. And I'm building them up. I'm kind of rebuilding it because I had to go to another vendor. So right now, by the end of this month, it's probably about 2,500 that I have on the list. But that's because I got to rebuild from my old list, which I had about 6,000 or 7,000. So right now, I have about that much of a list. And it's just a matter of contacting them, building up a relationship, letting them know what specials you have, constantly building it up, and, sending the offers to them, sending them different things, sending them different content. different posts, whatever it is that you have of value to them, or just closing sales. So I'm rebuilding it, but it's fairly decent size right now, especially if you got like 1,000 or so. It's fairly decent size, but I mean, the size is, to a degree, doesn't matter, but it all depends on the quality of what, the relationship, what kind of relationship you have with the people. So, and different lists vary depending on your market, depending on your demo, and what you're going to use that list for. So it's, like I said, this whole list building thing is, like I said, it's kind of something that you hear a lot about, and it's powerfully important. But some people kind of don't realize how important it is, and it's just a consideration of it. So what you do with a list, basically you build up the relationship with them. I mean, you do want to sell to them and all that type of stuff, present your messages and all that to them. But, I got the example here on this thing here. If you were dumped in the middle of Times Square in New York City during the lunch hour on a Monday, you walked up to a total stranger, maybe a man, you walk up to a woman and ask the woman to marry you. You think the woman would marry you right off the bat? Of course, we all know the woman is not. If she's sane, she's probably not going to do that. So what you'd have to do, you have to kind of date them first, get to know them, attempt to get to know them, and you want them to know you, to like you, and to trust you. And then hopefully or possibly one day she might agree to marry you after you've built up a thriving relationship and a successful relationship with them. Now what happens if you're in the bind, or you need a favor, or you need some help, need some support, or you want to offer to give some of them help, some of them support? The people you've established in a relationship, and this becomes a warm market, sometimes a hot market, not a cold market, not in the beginning. And, this is a source you can go to. This becomes your warm market, especially if they know you, like you, and trust you. So you're creating your own warm market. You build it, you grow it, you nurture it, you feed it, you water, you construct it. You feed them like, because these are the people that will, if you treat them right, they can feed you, clothe you, house you. They can buy you cars. They can send you on trips. They can grow your account. They can do all of that. They can take care of you if you took care of them, if you took care of them. But you do have to really care for them. You have to you don't want to abuse them, which is a big problem with email. But you do want to genuinely help them as much as you can. So it is a relationship. It is precious. And you kind of want to do the best that you can with that. So that was kind of the primary thing, at least on that one particular note. I have another one here that's talking about list build. I got a whole bunch of stuff talking about list build. Like I said, the name of one of the programs I have is Cash Flow List Builders. So in Cash Flow List Builders, that's kind of the focus is we have with Cash Flow List Builders is to build that and to have some success from doing it, and that after a certain while you can build it to where it can take you as far as you want to go. So it's one of the mediums and mechanisms used to use those three types of marketing. I talked about that earlier. And you capture the database. It's important. And you focus it on the Triple C marketing system primarily. And that's pretty much it. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on now, because like I said, I'm going to get into the classroom thing later on with the 10 days to cash flow. And that's what we're going to be focusing on quite a bit, is list building. Do cash flow list builders. It's kind of a little separate thing. The cash flow list builders thing is kind of geared, it's a little bit more to a general audience, because there's so many uses that you can have for it. So it's a little bit more of a general attraction. A rapper can do it, or dry cleaners, or a person that want to do whatever they want to do. They want to build up a fan base or following or whatever. The list building thing is something that they can get into. And as far as with the group economics thing, the list building thing, you kind of want to build up a fan and a fan base and a following, so that when you do have projects that come up, or that you want support for or whatever, you kind of get a ready-made base that's already there that can support whatever you get going, and give you the time to build it up, the time to solidify and cement the relationship, to get it going or whatever. And when you need them, if everything is built up right, that's when they can come through for you. But anyway, yeah, that's basically what I was wanting to get on tonight, was just the Cash Flow Dream Builders, which is kind of like a team building thing we do. Cash Flow List Builders, one of the programs. And, building on yesterday's thing, which is 10-Man Tuesday, building a little bit on that. And like I said, Thursdays is Small Business Thursdays, Group Economic Thursdays. So that's why I get into a little bit more of a full view of the whole group economics program. That's going to be should be coming up hopefully within the next few days, if not next week, where we have a full throttle on the group economics. Right now, we're still doing the cash flow list builders, cash flow dream builders, the 10-man Tuesday, 10 days to cash flow, Poor Folks Network. And, we're doing all that stuff now. And the radio show, Cash Flow Hustles Radio. And basically that. But there's some other things we're going to be getting to, and some bigger things, because this is introductory stuff. Things get a little bit bigger as you get, on down the line, and projects get bigger, and, different things you're going for get bigger. But this is introductory, and it's, this is some pretty good stuff. At least once a person kind of, tries it out or whatever. And then, like I say, and then we doing some other things too with the radio show. Try to do some mentoring and social contributions and stuff on the Sundays, on the Sunday show. That's going to be, I call it BAM, Black Alpha Male, which is like I won't say it's a charity, but it's sort of a social or contribution type thing that I focus on. One of my little, because we all have our own little our own little interest. So that's kind of been one of my little charitable interests is for our young black males, mentoring, primarily mentoring, and for I call it Black Alpha Males. And I kind of focus on that and maybe a few other things on Sundays. Saturdays is my DJ thing. That's Deep Soul Paradise. Deep Soul Paradise is my DJ thing. And the festival I'm looking to get going is Underground Soul Festival, or Deep Underground Soul Festival. So that's one of the projects that I have as far as like the musical or the entertainment DJ project. I'm the cash flow DJ. So that's my little thing I get into, which I use that as my personal passion. So I use that passion and to combine that with whatever, career interests or financial interests or economic interests, and try to get your passion and try to parlay that and try to monetize that. Some people can't do that. We were talking about that yesterday. Some people either don't know what that is, what their passion is, or they don't know how to monetize it. It gets a little bit deep. It's kind of a little bit of controversy on it because the whole passion subject, some people have different opinions on the whole passion. It's not a big controversy, but there's different schools of thought on getting paid on whatever your passion is versus, not doing so. And that's a whole nother discussion or whatever, but I'm in the camp of the ones who, follow your passion. And then if you can't monetize it, or if it's difficult to monetize it, you can at least, put your content out and then have sponsors for that. What I mean by sponsors, if Coca-Cola, Taco Bell, wants to put a ad on your thing, which they have different pay-per-click and different ads out there, you can do that. And even without just waiting on other people to advertise, if you got a big enough audience that's interested in whatever your passion is, you can sponsor yourself, which I recommend. Be your own sponsor, meaning have your own products that you sell. You providing content. Here's my product. Here's my little 15-second classified ad. Here's my content. Boom, 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 boom. And this is my sponsor. Which is me, or this is my recommendation, or whatever you want to call it. And you can monetize it. So there's different ways. There's different ways to do it, and that's if a person even knows what their passion is. Some people don't know. I've talked to some people and they don't know. I mean, and I haven't really heard any definitive ways on how to really pull that out of people or whatever when they don't know what it is. They just going, But anyway, I just want to go over that list building thing for this evening on the Simple Success list building system for cash flow list builders. That's one of the little programs we have with the whole Cash Flow Hustles family, the whole Cash Flow Hustles, our little programs, our promotions, our core philosophies, principles, and all that type of stuff that we go by, whatever. And just basically check us out. I'll put some of the links up for Cash Flow List Builders link for the radio show for cashflowhustlesradio.com. And like I said, for the group economics thing, if it's not this week, it should be by next week that I'll have that up and running. Because I kind of want a system behind it. I can have the stuff up, but I need to have the actual system so that people can go in there and start getting their projects up, whatever project they want to start, promoting or whatever, all this type of stuff. But yeah, that's about it. So it's Kev, the Cash Flow DJ, with Cash Flow Hustles Radio, just coming at you guys once again for a day 10 installment of the 30-day challenge, 30-day video challenge. Invite everybody to come and check me out with that. Join me if possible. You can do your own or whatever. Check me out at Cash Flow List Builders and Cash Flow Hustles Radio. So, all right, this is Kev, the Cash Flow DJ. Thanks a lot for checking me out. I'll get with you guys tomorrow on day 11, and with the way I do 30-day challenges, I break them up in 3 modules. The first 10 days is module 1. That's when you get into 30-day challenges, because I'm into 30-day challenges. The second module is 10 days, which is module 2, and the third module is 10 days, which is module 3. So when you complete those 3 modules, you have your first 30 days complete, and then you go to your next one, and the 90 days is, of course, 9 modules, which completes 1 quarter. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Pizza Hut's back in the house. Kind of continuing on the theme a little bit from yesterday with the the 10-man Tuesday, going into list building fundamentals. The simple success list building system, and I kind of getting a little deep into that. And but I'm gonna put the links up. Put the links up for Cashflow List Builders and Cashflow Hustles Radio. And start, like I said, tomorrow I'll go deeper into the group economics thing. And hopefully the group economics thing will be ready to roll out, hopefully by next week, if not earlier. Hopefully by next week. And there's going to be a movement, hashtag the group economics movement. Get this whole movement going and try to get this on the grassroots level and build up steam and build up momentum on all of that. And get that going. Courtesy Cashflow Hustles Radio and blog, or just whatever. It doesn't matter who the names are involved. Like I said, just if the movement, as the movement gathers steam, it becomes its own animal. So it does what it does. But yeah, so thanks a lot for checking me out. This Kev, the Cashflow DJ. I'll be back with you guys on the next episode, the next installment. With this 30-day challenge. We're on day 10. Be back on day 11. How's it going, Lisa? Come checking me out here. Yeah. This is 30-day challenge. Got a little something going here with the 30-day video challenge. Just got through wrapping up some stuff about list building and cash flow hustle. But I'm gonna put up some links, and people can go check some stuff out. But so thanks a lot. I will get with you guys later. And this is out. Kevin Jackson, Cashflow DJ. I'm out. I will holler at you guys later. Peace.